worries, no worries. It's fine. We are good. We're good.
Yeah.
It's not gonna. Okay, are we going live?
Please.
Say that again.
You are live, please.
Are we live now? Okay. Looks like we're ready. Hello, everyone. Good morning, and hello to the Global Gupshup show. And this is your host Tanu. Thank you so much for joining, and whoever is watching here from USA, happy Independence July 4th. And I hope you all are having fun, relaxed day because it's beautiful sunshine. But still, we have to keep in mind that we are going through some tough time here. So make sure that you wear your mask, keep the social distancing to save us, our family, and keep everyone else safe around you as well. So, thank you and for taking the time to join me today, whoever is in here from all over the world. Who knew, right? The virtual reality, virtual shows are going to be our norm one day that we are going to experience this one. So everybody is doing all virtually, like we are still connected, we are still doing everything what we want to do. So like a virtual fashion show, virtual concerts, virtual meeting with your in-laws, so that's better, right? Okay. So, well, I think this is really something, July 4th weekend, like nothing to do, nowhere to go. And of course, well, firecracker show is already on, but the thing is, we have to sit at home or sit far away from each other and have to watch. But you know what? I think we are going to have some fun with meeting a lot of people all over the world on this show. And this is going to be launching today by iAsiaNews. So please don't forget to like, share, and also for the upcoming shows, you're going to get a lot of wonderful guests and then share their experiences and also all kinds of their talents like music or science, medicine, you name it. And we are going to be approaching people all over the world to give you some entertainment and really, really good show that you all can enjoy sitting back home during this pandemic. Like we all know, the music. I mean, who doesn't like music? Music is a wonderful thing. There's just a seven notes that can. It's like a golden sword that it can literally take out all the negativity from a person's mind and make them smile and also to take you to peace, world of peace. So today's guest that I'm about to introduce you, that he's one of an astounding personality, a remarkable person, so and an achiever in the and his contribution to the community and the music world is really so remarkable. It is amazingly that like, and he is not really known to many of us, and so I am trying to bring here on our show to introduce and tell a little bit about him, because there is not even a single celebrity or a talented person that he has not worked with in the music world, as well as others, like starting from Indira Gandhi to Pandit Ravi Shankar, Hari Prasad Chaurasia. I mean, you name it. And then he has met everyone, worked with everyone. His experience is something that we really have to hear. Like, it's unbelievably, like, no matter how many times you hear, how long you hear, It's just go on and on and on. So today, it's my pleasure to introduce you all the way from Hyderabad, India. And he is none other than Mr. Mohan Hemmadi, live here on FB from iAsiaNews on my show, Global Gupshup. So join me with him today to ask him. So can we have him? All right. Very, very good evening, I think. Hello, Mr. Hemmadi. How are you?
I'm fine,
Namaste.
thank you.
And
I'm very grateful to iAsia, Mr. Krishna Puttaparthi and Anu for taking so much pains to bring me to USA virtually live.
it's
Thank you.
definitely not a pain. It's definitely pleasure. It's a great pleasure to have you on our show. That to begin with today, the launching one, and with your blessings, that we are going to start our show successfully. So, without further delay, let's start our the wonderful show here. So, I think, like I said, you are such a wonderful person, and I want to introduce you to this world, that somebody who does not know, which probably is fair, because the amount of contribution that you have done to the community, that I think we all want to share and hear. So tell us, like, where you're from, and, like, about a little bit about your childhood educations, and then we will take it from there.
Thank you, Anu. I was born in a small place called Dharwar, which is in Karnataka.
Uh-huh.
And the place is so familiar to most of the music world because
Mm-hmm.
from there we got Bhimsen Joshi, we got Mallikarjun Mansoor, we got
Mm-hmm.
Basavaraj Rajguru, Gangubai Hankal, and so many others, Kumar Gandharv, and so many others who came from that place. And maybe because of that, the music has gone into my genes, and that's how I started loving music. Music for me is divine, and I feel I should do something in this place till the end of my life.
Mm-hmm. So you're connected to your heart and soul with this music, and your life journey started in Dharwad. So, and I think when we were in the conversation earlier, then you said that, okay, I have to mention this one to my friends and to let the world know about my education. So go ahead.
Well, I was taken to Bombay in my very early days, and my
Mm-hmm.
parents, my elder brothers, they saw that I got educated in one of the best schools in India, one of the best
Mm-hmm.
schools, St. Xavier's High School, which is known all over the world. And for me, it was a great thing to be educated in that place.
Mm-hmm.
But for unfortunate reasons, because of my mother's passing away due to an accident, education was stopped. And when I was in the eighth standard, I stopped my education. And later on, when
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to read the books,
Mm-hmm.
I could not see anything except my mother's charred body.
Oh,
So from then on, I thought it's no use trying
okay.
to educate myself. So I told my
Mm-hmm.
brother, and fortunately, he was being transferred to Bangalore.
Mm-hmm.
So he told me, why don't you come to Bangalore with me and we'll see how best we can take care of you. So that's
Mm-hmm.
how from Bombay, my journey went to Bangalore. I didn't know Kannada then because though I was born in Dharwar, I went to Bombay straight away.
Mm-hmm.
Marathi, Gujarati, Hindi was my language, but
Mm-hmm.
coming to Bangalore, fortunately, I could pick up Kannada very well.
Yes, I know that you can speak excellent Kannada now. So I myself speak that language, and so I'm very sure that you are
Thank you.
definitely very good at it. So you said that you dropped out of college, and then you already
From
moving
school.
school. I mean, from school, then you're going to go to Bombay. And one of the article that I read about you is, like, you started your journey with selling a coffee, and then look where you are. So we are excited to hear, like, what happened.
Well, my brother wanted me to do something in life, so he said, "Why don't you start a coffee vending machine?" And we used to bring coffee seeds and
Mm-hmm.
get it roasted. And I used to take it all over Bangalore to most of the
Mm-hmm.
restaurants
Mm-hmm.
and sell them. And
Mm-hmm.
every weekend, I used to go and collect money for
Mm-hmm.
the payments.
Mm-hmm.
But later on, I found that people were not paying on time and the business went but.
Oh wow.
So I had to stop that business.
Business. Okay.
Yeah.
So coming back to like so since before you left Darwin, I believe that you had a great passion for photography, and you got recognized by a very the known gentleman, and then so you were asked to assign to take a picture of the cricket team. So tell us about it.
Yeah, yeah. This is in Bangalore.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, when I shifted from Bombay, and
Mm-hmm.
music and photography was my passion.
Mm-hmm.
And I was very fortunate to be a neighbor of one of the greatest cricket managers, Mr. Chinnaswamy, under whose
Mm-hmm.
name you find today a stadium.
Mm-hmm.
He was so fond of me because he had only one son, Mr. Ramakrishna, and he said, "You are like my son, and I would like to be of help to you anytime."
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
So I had taken pictures of his 60th birthday,
Mm-hmm.
and then he told me, "Why
Mm-hmm.
don't you start coming to for the
Mm-hmm.
cricket season? Because
Season. Uh-huh.
the West Indies cricket players were coming, and
Mm-hmm.
he wanted me to become the uh, official photographer of the
Right.
cricket. Then it was Mysore Cricket Association. So that's how I started my journey in cricket.
And something that's very significant that happened, that you took a picture of a our Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru kissing a
Yeah, yeah.
small child, and you had an opportunity to take that picture.
Yeah, I was very fortunate. Those years, there was no security like what is today.
Oh wow.
And that time, he was giving a lecture in the Central College in
Uh-huh.
Bangalore.
Uh-huh.
So I used to carry my camera all over, and
Wow.
I saw this great person kissing a
Uh-huh.
small child,
Uh-huh.
and it was so photogenic that I said I must take a picture of this.
Right.
So I took this photograph and
Mm-hmm.
I gave it to the parents of the girl.
Child. Uh-huh.
They were so happy that they wanted me to take a lot of money. I said, "Look, this is not my profession, so I will only take what I paid to uh,
Mm-hmm.
the photographers. I
Photography.
don't have, yeah." So that's how it
So
started, and
that is really something very unique that we actually have to say, that you had experience with such a great person, that at that time that visiting even the cricket stadium. um, Coming back to Bombay, that you started your journey with the music, and I think you got introduced to many of the artists, and also
yeah.
there that you started. So, what is that made you choose this? The path that to like what you actually started contributing towards the music.
Well, when I was in Bombay, I used to
Mm-hmm.
stay in it was a lot of blocks were there called
Mm-hmm.
Sonawala buildings.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
two of the great musicians used to stay there. One
Mm-hmm.
was Pandit Taranath, one of the foremost tabla players of our country,
Mm-hmm.
and Pandit Dinkar Kaikini.
Mm-hmm.
Dinkar Kaikini was one of the greatest vocalists, and today his son Yogesh Shamshi is well
Mm-hmm.
known
Mm-hmm.
in the music world.
Music. Mm-hmm.
But what I really wanted to check was
Mm-hmm.
I used to see a young person carrying a
Mm-hmm.
big instrument in the same building,
Mm-hmm.
and he used to climb 4 floors taking that instrument because
Mm-hmm.
there was no lift then, and
Mm-hmm.
there's no lift today also in that building.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So I followed him, and
Mm-hmm.
That house belonged to a friend of mine, Mr. Joshipura.
Mm-hmm.
So I went inside and sat there, and then he was opening the instrument. So I didn't know what it was. So uh, he he looked at me and I introduced myself. I said I'm a young student and I love music. So he said, "Would you like to hear what I'm playing?" So I said,
Mm-hmm.
"Definitely."
Mm-hmm.
So once he started doing his riyaz practice,
Right.
I was so overwhelmed because
Mm-hmm.
the sound was so meditative
Mm-hmm.
that I fell in love with the instrument, and I fell in love with this person also because he was, I mean, young and very
Talented.
charming also.
Uh-huh.
So that's how music came into my life.
Mm-hmm.
But later on, from my building to Nana Chowk, Nana Chowk
Mm-hmm.
is a place where Lataji used to stay in the
Right.
beginning.
Mm-hmm.
So one of my close friend was a dancer. He used to
Mm-hmm.
dance on film music.
Mm-hmm.
So he said, "Why don't you come with me?" And he took me to
Sure.
Lataji's house. And that time it was Ganesh Chaturthi.
Mm-hmm.
And they used to have a festival,
Mm-hmm.
and they used to have an orchestra done by Hridaynath Mangeshkar. I
Mm-hmm.
was, I used to go there and just watch what was happening. And I used to see musicians coming there to perform.
Perform.
Two
Right.
of them, two of them I can remember was Lakshmi Kanji, who is a mandolin player,
Mm-hmm.
and Pyarelal ji. He
Who
was
happened to be your
playing
best
violin.
friend.
Yeah, they became my best friends later.
Right. All right.
So that's how I came to know Hridaynath ji, and till then I had
Lataji.
not met. Yeah,
Oh
this is
my goodness. This is an
yeah,
awesome
this is a
memory of.
picture taken by me in a place called Panala. Panala
Uh-huh.
is a hill station where
Right.
Lataji had she still has a bungalow,
Wow.
and the person sitting in the center is one of the topmost film directors,
Um,
Marathi film directors,
mm-hmm.
Mr. Balji Pendarkar. He was a
Wow.
very great person, and
Mm-hmm.
he used to own the Jayaprada Studios in Kolhapur.
That's
So that's
awesome.
how I came to know them personally because during the holidays they used to take me to in their car to these places, and that's how I came to know this family personally well. Yeah,
And this journey of your music that continued, and knowing all this Lataji, and also so let's move to, because I know that it's I mean a lot of things that I want to ask you in this such a short period of time. So let's also talk about Pandit Ravi Shankar, which were who was very close to you, and also you had a and a great opportunity to work with him, and also like travel with him, and also so many memories. So we would love to, dedicate a few minutes for him and hearing
yeah,
all about it from you.
yeah. With Pandit Ravi Shankar, my association was quite for a long
Hmm.
time,
Uh-huh.
and I used to organize concerts for
Hmm.
friends, and like I or I made I or I organized concerts in Baroda,
Hmm.
in Bangalore, and so many other places. When I was
Hmm.
in Bangalore,
Right.
when I used to be there, I used to
Hmm.
organize, and the main person I used to take was Pandit Ravi Shankar, and that's
Okay.
how we became very close. And later on, this picture, what you see is in his garden.
Oh wow.
I look like a security person, but I've been his close friend, and
Right.
he gave me a chance to accompany him to the Far East, the Middle East,
Hmm.
USA, and he also made me the manager of his
Hmm.
team of 40 Indian musicians
Hmm.
to go to the USSR, the Russia, for the
Right.
Festival of India.
So it's
We
in
were there for a,
Moscow that.
yeah, Moscow.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Uh, and I was made the manager to take care of 40 musicians. Just imagine taking care of one or two is okay, but taking care of 40 musicians was
Wow.
something unheard of.
Right.
But I used
Right.
to take care of, as a manager, to see
Uh-huh.
that everybody was quite happy. Uh, at one time, one of the musicians who was a uh, what do you call gutka eater, he used to
Good.
eat gurkha.
Right.
So he said, I want a Pan Bahar or something. I can't get here. So I said, don't worry. So
Uh-huh.
I went to the embassy and phoned up Delhi. And within 2 days, I got for him. So he was surprised. And
Good.
this person is no more. He is Mr. Ramesh Mishra. He was one of the
Oh.
topmost sarangi players of
Well,
our country.
mhm.
So that's how I used to help musicians. So I wanted to make them happy so that they performed well.
So
And
you
this,
actually mentioned everything about the team and managers. I think that you are leaving one of the very most important thing is that you are working as a volunteer manager. So even though they offered you lot of, the remuneration that you never accepted it, I think the world
yeah.
should know that how committed you were for the
Well,
music,
it happened that Ravi Shankar became my friend,
right?
and he offered me whenever I organize concerts, both in India and abroad. He
Hmm.
used to say that Mohan, you should take some part of the what I get
Hmm.
as your agent's fee.
Hmm.
And he said agents in USA charge 20%.
Hmm.
So even if you charge me 10%, I'll be happy. So I said, I would love to do that, but if I take that, then I become
Hmm.
your slave. I won't become your friend. So I
Wow.
said, it is better I remain your friend. And that's
Friend.
how
Hmm.
we continued our journey without money coming in between.
That's very humble and extremely unique that of you to do. So and a couple of more experiences with Panditji was also that he had a concert with like Bismillah Khan and also Ilayaraja. So
Oh
briefly, just
yes,
let's touch those subjects as well. I
yeah,
think those
yeah.
are very nice
That
ones.
that is a time when I was with VST Industries,
Hmm.
uh, looking
Tell
after
us what
sponsorship
VST
of,
is, so that
yeah.
so that the.
It is Wazir Sultan Tobacco,
Mhm.
and it's the main thing was cigarettes for them.
Mhm.
But I never smoke, and I don't like people smoking. But whatever concerts we did for this company, there was no cigarette advertisement at all. We used to call it, uh, earlier we called it music is gold. Gold was the cigarette. But
Oh.
at no place we found you can find that we were advertising cigarettes. And later on, we called it Spirit of Freedom concerts. Spirit of Freedom was something to do with the cigarette charms.
Mhm.
Charms was one of the fastest moving
Ah,
cigarette those years with
that
the
that's
denim
right.
on the cover.
Right.
So uh, VST felt that we should honor Raviji on his 70th birthday,
Mhm.
and we booked a Siri Fort Auditorium for three
Mhm.
days.
Mhm.
And when I told Ravi Shankar that this is what we are planning to do, and we had uh, for all these concerts where we were honoring artists, we used to call an person who could design something for the presentation. We
Right.
started with Zubin Mehta. We
Mhm.
honored Zubin Mehta, and at that time we gave him a very big silver material.
Mhm.
And the next one was MS Subbalakshmi.
Mhm.
And the third was Pandit Ravi Shankar. And
Mhm.
this was designed by Mr. Satish Gujral. He was this brother of I.K. Gujral, the ex-Prime Minister of India. He
Mhm.
designed that, and we give the freedom to the artist to design what they want.
Mhm.
So that's how we made this. And the program that day started with lighting of the lamp.
Mhm.
And though we had many politicians sitting there, we felt by taking the politicians on the stage, and then the whole atmosphere will be lost.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Oh,
this is a
wow.
picture where Amjad Ali and Birju Maharaj and myself, we were at
Right.
a wedding function in
Mm-hmm.
Delhi.
Right.
So
So I.
coming to this,
Mhm.
then uh, what we did was the marketing director was Mr. B.P. Singh. He was one
Mm-hmm.
of the most dynamic persons I ever met in marketing.
Mm-hmm.
He was the marketing of VST Industries.
Mm-hmm.
So we took his wife
Mm-hmm.
and little
Mm-hmm.
Anushka Shankar, now who is a famous artist.
Right.
We took both of them to the stage,
Mm-hmm.
and uh, when the lamp was lighted, Bismillah Khan was at the back, and when the lights fell on Bismillah Sahab, he just started with a small uh, thing called Mangal Dhwani. It
Mm-hmm.
was just to make a beginning of this event. So while she
Right.
lighted the lamp, he started playing, and after 15 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
we came. He came on the stage again,
Mm-hmm.
and we called Pandit Ravi Shankar,
Mm-hmm.
and we had the managing director, Mr. Bhuthalingam, who
Mm-hmm.
again was responsible for getting me into VST and also seeing that for 10 years when I was with them, I had the best of time to take care of the music all over
That's
India.
fantastic. Wow.
So,
Wow.
so Bismillah came in the front, and
Mm-hmm.
Ravi Shankar was there, and
Mm-hmm.
Mr. BP Singh. We didn't want any speeches, so
Right.
Mr. BP Singh only read out the message given by Mr. R. Venkatraman, the then
Mm-hmm.
President of India.
Right.
And then
Wow.
we requested Bismillah Sahib to hand over the Spirit of Freedom Award.
Mm-hmm.
Immediately after the award was presented,
Mm-hmm.
he sprang a surprise. He said, Mohan bhai, I want to talk.
Mm-hmm.
I said, बिस्मिल्लाह साहब यहाँ बात करने का कुछ प्लान ही नहीं है.
Mm-hmm.
नहीं नहीं मुझे आज कुछ बोलना है. So
Mm-hmm.
we said okay. So we gave the mic to him. He said, मोहन भाई जब मेरे को फोन किए कि ये प्रोग्राम दिल्ली में करना है तो मैंने ना बोल दिया क्योंकि मोहर्रम के टाइम में हम बाहर जाके बजाते नहीं हैं.
Right.
फिर मैं then I told him this
Mm-hmm.
is a very special occasion where we are going to honor Pandit Ravi Shankar,
Mm-hmm.
and he immediately agreed to come.
Wow. Mm.
That's what he said. That I was so
That
happy
humble.
to be a
Mm-hmm.
part of it, and that too
And
to hand over the. So when he was talking, he talked about Raviji, and in the end,
mm-hmm.
he just made a small mention. He said, "Ravi Shankar,
Mm-hmm.
अब दोबारा शादी मत करना."
Okay,
That
that
was
is something
that
that
was yeah. So it went into laughter with
viral.
all the people around. But
Well,
that
I hope.
3 days event was something
Uh-huh.
out of the world.
Word, right,
We
right.
had one
And I
Mr.
also heard
Ashit
that.
Desai.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Ashit Desai was the conductor in
Mm-hmm.
Moscow for this.
Right. Event.
We had this event
Right,
inside the Kremlin.
right,
So he
right.
conducted the orchestra,
Mm-hmm.
starting with Sare Jahan Se Acha, then
Wow.
the
Event.
um, the uh, the Asiad Games. He had conducted a music, and
Uh-huh.
many others like films. What he
Mm-hmm.
conducted, and then he uh, in the end it was
Mm-hmm.
from the film Anuradha,
Right.
and we wanted Lataji to come and sing those two songs which we were planning.
I think we.
Unfortunately, she couldn't make it. So
Okay.
Anuradha
Uh-huh.
Anuradha Podwal took the stage, and after she completed, Raviji was so fascinated by her singing. He
Mm-hmm.
went to the stage and gave a hug to her and said, "You have really done a great job by singing this song.
Right,
It's like original."
right. So
Then on
I
that
mean,
occasion,
we have so many experiences. I know that. Sorry to interrupt, but
okay,
I mean, I have so many other ones also that I want to ask you. So let's go to the next one, and because I really want to know this one more than anything, since you have so many artists and so many connected with the great personalities, and also like your contribution. Let's talk about a the your project, like something that's very very close to you and means a lot to you. It's a Sparsh. So let's also talk a little bit about Sparsh, what it
yeah,
means to you and
about,
what it is.
let me start with uh, the
Mm-hmm.
Sparsh, which takes care of cancer patients.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Uh, it was in Bangalore that
Mm-hmm.
I was looking after my brother,
Mm-hmm.
who gave me his life, and today
Mm-hmm.
whatever I am is due to him, my brother
Mm-hmm.
Dinkar.
Mm-hmm.
So he was suffering from cancer,
Mm-hmm.
and I was in the hospital looking after him for 3 months, leaving
Mm-hmm.
everything and taking care of him.
Mm-hmm.
And I was there till the end. After the
Mm-hmm.
cremation, I came back. But what really struck me was that I
Mm-hmm.
had a close friend of mine who was into music also,
Right.
and he was very serious.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody said, why not take him to Sparsh because they will take good care.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when we shifted him to Sparsh, and
Mm-hmm.
we had him in the morning,
Mm-hmm.
but by evening he passed away.
Uh-oh.
But what I found
Sorry.
during that time, that when he passed away, he had a smile on his face. So I felt that maybe the care taken by the nursing staff and the doctors must
Mm-hmm.
have given that smile to him at the end.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I was very touched, and then I wanted to know uh, who are the people behind this. So I was
Mm-hmm.
told it's the Rotary Club of Banjara Hills.
Mm-hmm.
So I was a Rotarian from another club for last 30
Right.
to 40 years, but
Mm-hmm.
I had resigned from there because for me traveling all the way was a little difficult, and
Mm-hmm.
this Rotary Club was very near my house.
Mm-hmm.
So I became a member there,
Mm-hmm.
and I found it was like a family. We had just 35
Sparsh.
members, and
Mm-hmm.
no, the Rotary Club, the
Mm-hmm.
Rotary Club where I became member,
Mm-hmm.
and I came to know about their involvement in Sparsh.
Right.
Sparsh is a place where we
Mm-hmm.
take care of about 15 beds now
Mm-hmm.
because it's from a rented place.
Mm-hmm.
And we started this in uh, I think 2011,
Mm-hmm.
and the brainchild was Mr. Dr. Subramaniam. I
Right.
think his father had passed away due to cancer, and for which he thought he should do something on this.
Mm-hmm.
So I became his friend, and then uh, we started going to Spurs. I was and I am today only a volunteer. I have nothing.
Sparsh has
I'm
done an
not a
amazing job actually serving
yeah.
many people and also to like helping who are in need. And definitely, like we will put a lot of information on that as well on our website so that they can actually reach out to you or reach out to Sparsh so that they can, if they want to help out, that will be great. Yes.
One thing I should mention here is that
Mm-hmm.
once Mr.
Mm-hmm.
The CM's son, Mr. KTR as he is called, he
Mm-hmm.
came to Spurs, and he was so moved by the work we were doing.
Mm-hmm.
So he immediately took out a check of his personal capacity of 5 lakhs,
Wow.
and
Mm-hmm.
he told our people, come to my office, I will do
Mm-hmm.
something more. And you
Right.
won't believe, he donated us 1.3 acres of land in
That's
a very
awesome.
posh locality in Hyderabad,
Mm-hmm.
where we are building now a 75-bed hospice, which is one of the biggest in India.
Mm-hmm.
And we will be taking care of these patients till the end of their
Mm-hmm.
life completely
Mm-hmm.
free.
Right.
That's
Right.
what we are doing. And to collect funds, we had Mr. S.P. Balasubramaniam and
Mm-hmm.
my very dear friend Shankar Mahadevan. They
Mm-hmm.
performed to raise
Love that
funds for the corpus
for the
funds.
concert. Right.
We are
Right.
very fortunate that the construction is coming free for us by one of the top builders of Hyderabad, Phoenix Builders.
Mhm.
So they are building the place, and by June we were supposed to start, but because of this COVID, the
That's
workers are
bless
not
their heart.
available. And I
Right.
think by December we plan to start, and
Okay.
hopefully we should get good support from the public to
Absolutely.
raise
Absolutely.
funds. Yeah,
For this. Congratulations, and also like we'd like
thank
to
you,
wish all the best for the
thank you,
such a great project, and we will be definitely supporting that. So
thank you.
after this one, I also want to talk about your very close to your heart organization, Surmandal, that actually
Pardon?
and Surmandal, the Sur Mandal, the one that organization that you actually
Yeah,
are connected with, that you have a lot
yeah.
of great experiences, awards, and also the concerts that you have helped with. So tell us like something that's very
Yeah,
that you amazing experience with that.
we a few friends we used to meet every month on a Saturday night
Mm-hmm.
and play our music, whatever music
Mm-hmm.
we had, live concerts or records or English
Mm-hmm.
music, Carnatic music for 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And there used to be very much of silence that
Mm-hmm.
we were not supposed to speak and all that. But
Mm-hmm.
one day, I was in the end uh, almost helping Ustad Bade Ghulam Ali Khan.
Mm-hmm.
And one day he said, I would like to visit your house. I was surprised because he was uh, walking on crutches.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He was walking on crutches.
Mm-hmm. It's okay. Keep going.
So,
Keep going. That's okay.
yeah.
I
So
think this is a virtual
he
show, so we're good.
yeah he came to my house on crutches,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and he sat for some time,
Mm-hmm.
and he said
Mm-hmm.
uh, we were honoring him because he was a heavy smoker,
Right.
and we knew what he wanted, so we offered
Mm-hmm.
him 10 numbers of the 555 tins,
Right.
that was coming
That
in. Yeah, and
fact. Uh-huh.
we gave him a
Mm-hmm.
purse also.
Mm-hmm.
We gave him a purse,
Mm-hmm.
and he was so moved by what we did
Mm-hmm.
that in the end he
Mm-hmm.
said, since you all love music so much, why
Mm-hmm.
don't you start a music circle?
Right.
So we said, jointly, we said, please
Mm-hmm.
bless her and we will definitely start. And he said, I'm, I'm a musician, and the instrument which I use is called Swaramandal. But I would not like
Swarmandal.
to call it, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Swaramandal is an instrument with lot of strings.
Right.
So he used to play that. Today,
Mm-hmm.
many musicians play that also.
Play that. Right.
And he said, I would not name it Swarmandal, but
Mm-hmm.
I'll name it Surmandal because
Surmandal.
I
That's right.
because I want the mandal to be always in sur.
Uh-huh. That's
And
really perfect name for the music coming
yeah,
together with the. Okay.
and you'll be surprised. Bade Ghulam Ali Saab left Pakistan to come to India during the partition.
Mm-hmm.
And what Pakistan could not get, we Indians got so much of music through him.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
he used to say at one time, whenever we used to meet him,
Mm-hmm.
मोहन भाई, जिसके घर में संगीत है
Mm-hmm.
वहाँ आतंकवाद नहीं हो सकता. There can be no terrorism if there
Where
is
there is a
music
music
in the house. Yeah.
house.
So,
Absolutely.
and unfortunately, I didn't live to see the start of our music circle.
Circle.
We
Mm-hmm.
started in 1969 end,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and Pandit Bhimsen Joshi was our opening batsman. I used to call himself. Bhimsen was a dear friend of mine, and he used to
Mm-hmm.
say, I am the opening batsman of Surmandal. Whenever he came,
Mm-hmm.
and this is a picture of mine with him at the
Mm-hmm.
Savai Gandharva, because
Okay.
and what I am presenting him is a double cassette of the Spirit of Freedom concert by
Mm-hmm.
Raviji. And at that year, our company, the VST Industries, sponsored the Savai
Mm-hmm.
Gandharva for
Mm-hmm.
only 1 year, but it was a great event for us.
Wow, that's really
Yeah,
awesome picture. That's a very great memory that you have there to share with, because this looks like this one golden memory that you can share with
yeah.
us. So thank you so
You
much.
can see in the
So with
background the people, around
yes,
15,000
with the
people
yes, it's a great crowd. That's why I said it's a
attend the
golden
show.
moment that we definitely don't want to, yes, miss seeing that. Um, so moving
Yeah,
from that, I know that you had so much experience, you gave so much to the community, and also like I'm very sure that you have some golden magical moments of your life that you want to share with us, with all of us, like something that's more, uh, you know,
yeah.
um, about you
The
or
pers-
close
the,
to you.
the person in this picture is Ustad Vilayat Khan, and
Okay.
he used to stay in Princeton, which is in New Jersey, and
Uh-huh.
very near to where my friend used to stay. So one
Right.
evening I called him.
Mm-hmm.
I said, I want to come and meet you. He said, chai, coffee bhi ho jaye aur khana bhi ho jaye. So I went to his house and he had himself prepared dinner for me.
Right.
I was very touched. So he wanted me to
That's
sit
very nice.
next to him, but I said, no, you are a great musician. I'll remain at your footsteps.
Oh,
He was
that's very humble.
like Raviji. He was again a great sitarist. Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's all really awesome. So tell us your golden moments that like we asked. So we would love to hear so
yeah.
that what.
Uh, I have many golden moments, but I would like to share a few.
Mm-hmm.
One was with Kishori ji, Kishori
Mm-hmm.
Amonkar.
Mm-hmm.
She was performing in our Music is Gold festival on the third day of the 4 day festival,
Mm-hmm.
and she couldn't sing that well that day because of her sore throat. But
Mm-hmm.
even then, she took medicine and she sang beautifully. And on the fourth day, Pandit Ravi
Mm-hmm.
Shankar and Allah Rakha were to
Mm-hmm.
perform, and they said, we'll come to your home, we'll eat something because we don't know how long our program will last. So, and then Kishori just said, I know, Mohan, you are not coming to the airport to drop me because Ravi Shankar is more important. I said, not that way. But since he's performing today, I have to take care of him. So what happened was she went to the airport, and normally when artists come, we try to find out whether their going back tickets are okay.
Mm-hmm.
So she said everything is fine, don't worry. And
Mm-hmm.
ultimately, next morning she calls us up and says, "What is your Hyderabad? I couldn't go back to Bombay." I said, "What happened?" She said, "I had an open ticket." So she stayed back, and she was in the same hotel. But she
Mm-hmm.
said, I want to check out by 12 o'clock because I don't want to stay after that because you have to pay for the extra time. I said, don't worry,
Right.
be
Mm-hmm.
happy. And then she gave me the biggest surprise. She said, this evening I want to sing in your house.
Wow.
My drawing room was very small.
Mm-hmm.
It could take only about 20 people.
Mm-hmm.
But she said, for me, 20 people singing, performing for them is more than
Mm-hmm.
2,000 for me. I'll perform today. And she made me and my wife sit in front of her, and she sang one of those very beautiful
Wow.
music. And after the event, my wife had prepared whatever she wanted. She knew what was needed for her. So that's what we gave, and then I dropped her to the airport to see that she safely goes back to Bombay.
Sure.
That was one, and one or two more important things is uh, when my son was born.
Oh
Here
my
you
goodness.
see Mother Teresa
Right.
blessing my son, and the other
Wow.
side is Urmila, my daughter.
Wow.
I was very fortunate. She came to my house to bless
Absolutely.
them because I used to work for her, and she said, "I want to meet your family and bless them."
My goodness.
So
Wow.
when this incident is when my son was born in 1974.
Mm-hmm.
uh, I went to Bombay because my wife was in the hospital, and her mother and my sister, they were all taking care of her. So I said, let me go to Bombay and bring back my father because he
Mm-hmm.
was the first grandson in the family.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that time in 1974, there was only one flight to Bombay and back in the morning. There were
Mm-hmm.
no flights in the evening, so I had to wait till the next morning.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, what to do in the evening? So I was
Mm-hmm.
looking at the Times of India,
Mm-hmm.
and I found that three musicians were my friends,
Mm-hmm.
Shiv Kumarji, then Hari Prasadji, and Zakir Bhai. They were
Mm-hmm.
performing somewhere in Shivaji Park.
Mm-hmm.
So I took a box of sweets to
Mm-hmm.
give it to them.
Mm-hmm.
So when I went to the green room, Zakir Bhai says,
Mm-hmm.
ये क्या है? So I said, I have a son. So एक ये नहीं चलेगा. I said, you tell me whatever you say, I am prepared.
Mm-hmm.
And you won't believe, on the naming day,
Mm-hmm.
all the three of them came by flight in the morning. They
Right.
took part in the cradle ceremony.
Mm-hmm.
And the best part of
What a
it was
blessing.
in the night,
Definitely. Wow.
from 9
Mm-hmm.
o'clock to morning 5:30,
Mm-hmm.
all the three of them performed, starting with Shivji and Zakir Bhai, Hari
Mm-hmm.
Prasad ji and Zakir Bhai, and then a flutist from the south, Ramani.
Mm-hmm.
He also came and said, I also want to take part. And then
Mm-hmm.
all of them gave this tribute to me by performing
Mm-hmm.
for my son. That
Wow.
was one great thing. And
Of
during
course.
his Upanayanam,
Mm-hmm.
I had this function in Shirali where our
Mm-hmm.
religious place is, where our Swamijis are there.
Mm-hmm.
And Shivji and Hariji came and performed for that function in the night
Mm-hmm.
in front of our Swamiji, and they were blessed by Swamiji.
Wow.
And next morning, when my son was, the function was going on, they sat at the back and blessed him, and they
Mm-hmm.
went back to Bombay. That was another great thing which has happened in my life.
That's awesome.
And one more thing, if you allow me,
Sure. Yes,
this
absolutely.
was
Please. That's exciting to hear.
when my daughter Urmila,
Uh-huh.
she used to dance Bharatnatyam,
Mm-hmm.
and she started at the age of 6, and then the teacher said she is good enough to have her Arangetram.
Mm-hmm.
So we were wanting to know how to do it. So
Mm-hmm.
first of all, I had during that time a music festival in memory of
Mm-hmm.
Pandit Dinanath Mangeshkar.
Mm-hmm.
So before that, I went to Chennai
Mm-hmm.
to meet a dear friend of mine. He was a film director by name Bapu.
Mm-hmm.
Bapu was a Telugu film director,
Mm-hmm.
and he was a very good artist. So I told him about my daughter, and you won't believe, in 10 minutes, he made a drawing of the invitation, which is
Wow.
today, I still keep it as a
It,
memento.
of course.
So we had this Arangetram. Normally, the Arangetrams are in the evenings, but I had this in
Mm-hmm.
the morning,
Mm-hmm.
and the place was full, not because of the artist I called, but because of
Mm-hmm.
my relations with most of them.
Right.
And
Oh, absolutely.
and can you believe the artists who came on the stage to bless her were starting with Dr. Balamurli Krishna, Lataji, Girja Devi, Birju
Mhm.
Maharaj. They were
Wow,
all
that's
on the
really
stage
awesome.
to bless her.
Mm-hmm.
So this
That's
is
really
one golden
beautiful.
moment which
Oh,
I would like
absolutely.
to
That's
share.
I agree with you. That's definitely a golden moment for God bless her. So it's really great to know all of this. And so probably we may have 10 minutes before that we, close down to take questions and, people who are watching. And if you have any exciting questions, do, just go ahead and, give us your input or any of the questions that you may have that you want to ask or anything that you want to say, feel free. So that would be great. But in the meantime, I want to ask you something about like your experience with the event. Uh,
Really.
yes, we technical difficulties which happen sometimes from our team.
Okay, okay.
So
Can I tell you one
abs-
incident which is
absolutely.
very uh, it was one of our first
Mm-hmm.
morning concerts
Mm-hmm.
which we had under the Spirit of Freedom.
Mm-hmm.
And the artist was Ustad Bismillah Khan sir.
Mm-hmm.
And this was a morning concert at 10 o'clock.
Okay.
Sorry, it was at 9 o'clock. So I went to
Mm-hmm.
his hotel to request him to come and, because the program is starting in another 45 minutes. You
Mm-hmm.
won't believe he had not dressed up properly to go down. And he
Mm-hmm.
said, Mohan bhai, why are you under so much of hurry?
Mm-hmm.
Today being Sunday, people will be watching Mahabharat.
Mm-hmm.
And we can also watch here sitting here till 10 o'clock and then we can go. So I
Mm-hmm.
told him, sir, people are waiting there eagerly for your music and the hall is already packed.
Sure.
And he got ready in another 10 minutes. I took him and
Mm-hmm.
going to the green room was through the audience.
Right.
And when he saw the audience, he was
Mm-hmm.
shocked. He said, this is something I can't believe. At 9
Right.
o'clock in the morning,
Mm-hmm.
so I took him to the green room where he had his coffee and all that.
Uh-huh.
And then he said, Mohan bhai, आज मैं सिर्फ 1.5 घंटा बजाऊंगा. I told him, I leave it to you, whatever you want to
You want
perform.
to.
I'm
Right.
happy. So he came on the stage. I introduced him, and again he said, मोहन भाई को बोला है कि मैं आज सिर्फ 1.5 घंटा बजाऊंगा.
Mm-hmm.
So as soon as it started, I went out from
Mm-hmm.
the hall. I asked the volunteer to lock the door from inside,
Right.
and I went out and I wanted people to know that we should respect our musicians
Mm-hmm.
when they perform. So
Right.
what happened was I kept seating outside with TV and speakers,
Right.
and people started coming in. So I said, the door is closed even for me because I am the organizer. It will only open after one item is over.
Right.
And they sat there peacefully. And one police chap comes and tells me, open the door. I said, why? No, my
Mm-hmm.
Director General of Police is coming. I said, let him come. This is a private program and I
Right.
can't open the door. So he said, I lose my job. I said, don't worry. I'll see your job
Mm-hmm.
is safe. So
Mm-hmm.
the Director General comes. I knew him personally. So I shook
Mm-hmm.
hands and made him sit on the chair, especially for
Mm-hmm.
him. And
Mm-hmm.
he said, what happened? You're not allowing people inside. I said, sorry, sir. As per our this thing, we want this program to start on time, and
Mm-hmm.
also we should give respect to the artist. So we
Mm-hmm.
have closed the door, and we'll only open after one item is over. He said, "You are really bringing discipline to our people, and
Absolutely.
I appreciate what you're doing
I
because
think we all should be doing it.
earlier I have seen in Bombay
Right.
Yahudi Menuhin or Zubin Mehta performing. In a
Mm-hmm.
busy state city like Bombay, in Shanmukananda Hall, people used
Mm-hmm.
to come there by 6:15 if the
Mm-hmm.
show started at 6:30.
Okay.
And
So that's it.
6:30 they would close the door and they
Uh-huh.
will only open the door after one item is over and this person goes back. So I thought, why not do the same thing? Though our musicians, this once they start, they'll not complete for about 40-45 minutes. But I
Sure.
said that is how we should bring in discipline. So that
Absolutely.
way,
Absolutely.
I've been very happy. That, yeah,
I think in another incident, I think that's worth mentioning. Definitely, like I was talking to you, and I was excited to hear about like he's one of the most the known musician to this world. Not just world, like the Indian cinema, but also the you name it, like Malayalam, Telugu, Tamil, and also Kannada and Hindi. So that's one of the very well-known artists who had got a blessing. So I want you to tell like what happened when you took him to meet Ilayaraja. You know who
yeah,
I'm talking about. Yes.
yeah. I had taken Pandit Ravi Shankar with his orchestra
Uh-huh.
to
Right.
record an event in the studio of S.P.
Mm-hmm.
Balasubramaniam, which is in
Mm-hmm.
Chennai, which he
Right. Mm-hmm.
had it in memory of his guru.
Mm-hmm.
So Ilayaraja had come to know that we are there, so he rang
Mm-hmm.
up, and then I said, definitely we'll come.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a day when he wanted us to join him for lunch. So
Mm-hmm.
both myself, Raviji, his son Shubho, and his wife
Mm-hmm.
Sukanya, we
Mm-hmm.
all went and sat on the arrangement for lunch was on the floor, not on
Right.
the chairs or something.
Mm-hmm.
So we sat and had our food. And then he
Mm-hmm.
said, I am taking you to the recording studio. You should come and have a look.
Mm-hmm.
So we went there, and Ilayaraja, while talking, he said, I want you to meet this young musician. Uh, and it tells somebody, Are call Dilip. In Tamil, he said, call Dilip.
Mm-hmm.
So as a young boy, he comes out, and Ilayaraja tells him, take Raviji's blessing. So he takes his blessing, and then he said, this boy's name is Dilip, and you should bless him because I feel that he is going to be one of the best music directors very soon.
Of course.
And today Dilip is the same A.R. Rahman.
Oh,
You
wow.
won't believe. Yeah. So
Yes, that is an amazing story that I heard. I was very, like impressed. It's like, wow, that's like everyone has to start with the blessing of, so these great artists, and that's really good to know that that we have him with, such a producing a lot of great music, for contributing to us to enjoy. So let's like
can I tell one more thing which
absolutely
is
sure, go
very
ahead, share
dear
it.
to my heart?
Uh-huh.
Apart from this music and sports, I used to be in a religious place, our Chitrapur Mutt,
Go ahead.
and I
I
was
know
the
you're
vice
very much
president.
connected spiritually. So,
Yeah,
yes, go
yeah.
ahead. Hmm.
So I was the vice president of the Mutt for
Hmm.
15 years,
Hmm.
and you'll be surprised. I had the blessings of three religious heads in one lifetime, which is very rare.
Hmm.
So this and at the end of my 75th year, I
Hmm.
told my Swamiji that I would like to step down as the vice
Hmm.
president. He asked me
Hmm.
why. I said we should give chance to youngsters to come up in life. So I said, why not give a chance? So I stepped down from there. But I
Hmm.
assured Swamiji that I am available for the mutt at all
Hmm.
times. I
Right.
won't leave the mutt, but I would
Hmm.
like not to be in the committee. So
Hmm.
he appreciated, and even today he calls me once in a way for his work, and I go.
Hmm. Absolutely. You took his work as worship. Absolutely. That makes sense. And yeah,
Yeah.
all the youngsters should learn from that and, take that as a clue to just, how to keep your spiritual connection going while you are, trying so hard towards the success. And I think that's definitely one of the things that they should learn from, you. And,
About
well,
something about Surmandal, I should tell you one thing that
mhm,
we went through very hard times in between,
mhm,
and it was
mhm,
the VST Industries and the ITC,
mhm,
Indian Tobacco.
mhm.
They came to help us, and I'm really grateful to both the industries for having
Absolutely.
seen that we. And there are two more people I would like to comment on. Is one is Mr. Praveen Kadle of Ritwik Foundation,
Mhm.
and Mr. Uh, Kishore Masurkar of NTOD. They
Right.
have been helping me with their sponsorship for our events now
Mhm,
and then. Whenever we say we need money, they come forward and help us.
mhm,
And one is the SVC Bank. SVC Bank is our community bank. So
mhm.
they also help us in financing our concert because, as you know, just having membership is of
Right.
not of much use. So
Mhm.
and people don't pay money to come for the concert. They want everything free.
Absolutely. So, something,
So that's how
something.
we try to manage.
Mhm. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
that is great information to share with us, and then definitely, like if you are watching, and there are many people online that are like are with us, like Vinita Jain, Chris, Vidyasagar, and Nageshwara, Urmi. Of course, you
Of
have to be
course.
there, and thank you, thank you so much, and and Siddharth, of course, and then Pradeep. All of you made this show such a great success, and thank you so much for being here. And just keep watching, and then we will definitely have to do one more to know all of his experiences and all of his. He just shared maybe like 1/10 or maybe even less of what I and it's a privilege for me to get to know him so closely, and I worked with him, and I'm really humbled, and it's definitely a blessing to know him so closely all these years. And I definitely want to bring him again to make more, to share his experiences and his amazing stories that we want to know. Please do visit our website for all this, and then definitely read the article that's going to come up soon. And if you have any questions, don't forget to post it. And before we leave, I would like you to give some message, because I know that we all are going through such a tough time, and through music I think we can beat the stress, and also the just stay peacefully and healthy. So we would like you to give a message so that we can take that message home.
One more thing, can I add
Mhm.
for a minute? Uh,
Sure.
I got a message from Pandit Rajan Mishra
Uh-huh.
that he is going to perform very soon, and the funds which are collected by both Rajan and Sajan Mishra will
Mhm.
be given to the youngsters, the people who are singing and who
Mhm.
are unable to fund themselves. They
Mhm.
want they want to help these people for this show, and I have promised
That's a
them
great
that
news.
from my side, I will definitely see, because the future is our youngsters in our classical music, and
Totally.
I would love to be
Yes.
of some help. And that is
Mhm.
what we do. We help youngsters to come up, and we give them platform
Mhm.
to perform for our music. So that's what I thought I'd share with you.
So absolutely. So just let's close our show with your message to the world during this pandemic.
Yeah, I think we are going through a very trying time now with the COVID,
Right.
and never before in our life anybody has uh, been in a house for more than 12 hours or 24 hours.
Mhm.
But here now we are entering into the fourth month. But what's happening is some of our young musicians, they perform from home, and what we do is uh, again, it's not Surmandal, but there are youngsters who want to promote this to the part of the world. So we are trying to see that these musicians are shown
Mhm.
to all the people through the Facebook.
Mhm. Sure.
That's what we are doing, and we pray that
That's
everything goes off well, and the youngsters and even the top musicians come back safe and perform for our music, which is the Indian music is something out of the world. No one can come anywhere near it. So thank you.
absolutely, absolutely. Well, Mohan sir, thank you so much, and please do come back and one more time, and I will definitely let everybody know. So I think I'm getting such a nice, so like just I want to read one of the messages that we got from Nagesh. Is the Mohanji name is like a service to nation, and it's a service to God. So that itself will explain that your commitment and your service to the community. So, well, thank you so much for joining, and all of you please look forward to more coming up with your favorite the personalities. And then if you have any suggestions that you think that they should come on my show, and then also to get recognized by the world for their work, please do. And the iAsiaNews is always with you, so just visit us on a Facebook and share, like it, and then give us your feedback. That is how we are going to be giving back to you with our effort to make it even more better show. Well, thank you so much for joining. Until then, goodbye. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mohanji.
Namaskar.